Hello, everybody. I'm going to give an update as to what's been going on with my ASMR channel. For now, I've set most of the videos to private for a few reasons, but I guess the number one reason, just to start out, and then I'll explain the longer version, but the short version is I've applied for work. And although I had given it a fake name, I didn't give my real name. Somehow people from that channel are able to find me. And not that I said anything on that channel that's bad either. I mean, there's nothing I'm completely ashamed of or anything. But I applied for a job that's kind of a serious, it's in a law firm. And these days, FYI, if you're applying for a job, it's a very common thing for the human resources to do a quick Google search, just, to see if there's anything negative, like on the first page or two. They don't go into deep searching, but it is common. I know this. It's everybody Googles your name now for, just for a quick check, which I did when I was dating, as some of you know, on the Tinder, and I would Google and find headshots, mugshots, and negative things. So, so I Googled myself, knowing that, I applied for this job, and I knew they were going to Google, so I said, I better make sure there's nothing there that I don't want them to see. And like on the second page, there's a bunch of pictures of me from Facebook and from, I do a lot of social media stuff. So I didn't mind that, and I clicked on on the pictures because one of them was from my ASMR channel. One of the pictures was a thumbnail of one of the videos, and it was my face. I guess it was one of my lives or something. So first of all, and it said Susurro Whisper, the name of my channel and everything. And I said, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that there was a link that obvious. People had found me through that channel before and have written to me and found my real identity. And I didn't mind. I mean, they seemed like nice people. They would write to me stuff, and they'd write nice things. So I didn't mind, but it did kind of. I said, oh, I guess I wasn't as careful as I thought when I used a fake name. I used a screen name. I must have put my real name somewhere. I made a link. I had linked it at one point from my sewing channel, but then I realized, well, I better not, And so those videos are, gum snapping, and I think I did some rambles on that channel too, where I, maybe said things that I'm not ashamed of, but I don't necessarily want people I work with to know. Like, my trials and tribulations with dating, and this is all kind of, I guess if it were personal, I wouldn't have put it out there on YouTube, but I guess now that I'm, applying for work, I'm second guessing, well, maybe some of that stuff, it's not exactly stuff I want out there. Some people have a bad perception of ASMR, which is understandable also, because although most people, I think, listen to it to relax and to have the feel, the whatever sensations what do you call it? They get like these goosebumps or something. I don't know what it is, but where was I? I'm sorry, I'm so sleepy. Anyway, I said, well, if they haven't Googled it already, because this is weeks after I applied for the job, I know they already Googled me. But I thought, even, they still haven't answered me on that job, maybe because they found that channel. I don't know. Anyway, so that's one reason that I said that was going to be the short explanation, and that was pretty long. But that was probably not the main reason, but one of them. And then now I'm going to go to the long version, if you thought that was long. So it all kind of started, okay, I applied for the job weeks ago. I don't know if they found that channel or not. I had not realized that you could find me that easily by Googling my name on my ASMR. So, but that was one reason. But secondly, a lady that I've been watching for years. It's not my favorite YouTuber, but one of my favorites. She makes me laugh. She makes me, some of her things are funny and just rambles sort of like me about her life and her. She's about the same age as me. I've mentioned her before on this channel. And I actually took down the video where I mentioned her because I respect her privacy that much that after I put up that video and most of you heard it, I took it down because I didn't want people, even though you couldn't tell who she was necessarily from that video, I said I'm not going to encourage people to go and because I had mentioned how I loved when she would get mad about some topic. She would get very impassioned about some topic and she would just let loose in these videos of her feelings. But so I loved when she did that. So I had mentioned how I enjoyed that. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, it started with her. I went to her channel one day. Every single video of hers was gone. Every single one. They were all gone. And I, just like maybe some people are feeling now with, who follow me on the ASMR, that's how I felt. I was like, oh my gosh, where are her videos? Oh my gosh. Because I was wanting to, re-listen to a couple of them. And I said, okay. I calmed down. I said, calm down. I'm sure something happened. She just wants a little privacy. She's going to come back. I know she's going to come back with a video and explain what's going on. So I decided to remain calm, and true to how I know she is, she did come back with a video explaining. She just had the one video. She said, well, I've decided I'm no longer going to do YouTube videos for this reason and that reason. It was mainly the privacy thing was one. Secondly, apparently some people had downloaded videos of her, and for a second I got a little bit tense because I said, oh my gosh, maybe she's talking about me, because I did download one of her videos and I took a little clip of one of her videos that made me laugh, and I put it in one of my videos, and I gave her credit for that. But no, it wasn't me she was talking about after all. Apparently some people or someone had downloaded her videos and was uploading them on another channel as if that person was her. And so she found out about it, of course, and she denounced the channel who did it, and they took that channel down. But she says, even though they did that, whoever downloaded my videos still has my videos. Just because they block the channel, YouTube stops the channel, the person still has the videos. So she said, I mean, there's not much I can do about that, but I realized that, you really can't have all the privacy that you want. If you want to be on YouTube, you can use a fake name or whatever, but people are going to find you if you show your image on YouTube, and and they can do whatever they want with your videos, and I'm just realizing the privacy thing is a little bit of an invasion of privacy. So I actually had a video up with her in the video, but after she said that, I wanted to respect her, so I took that video down too because it had her in it. So I certainly wasn't going to, use her videos, to abuse her. But anyway, but after she said that, I started thinking. I said, it is true. And although I haven't had any bad experiences yet, on the ASMR channel and even on my sewing channel, I have a lot more followers. I have a few on this channel, but it's smaller, so it's a little bit easier to, I mean, still, somebody could be horrible and write me horrible emails and stuff no one ever has, but I don't know, for some reason, I just feel like I didn't like Googling and finding that channel that I really kind of never really intended for my true identity to come out when I started it, like in 2011. Then when I realized, well, it came out because people had started writing to my personal email or my Facebook, I said, oh, I wonder how they figured out that was me. But it's still, since they were nice people, they never did anything bad, I sort of just let it go. I said, okay, well, they're just people who watch my YouTube. No big deal. I had not intended for people to find me, but they did. So, and I'm not speaking about anyone in particular, by the way, because I've gotten a lot of emails from a lot of people, a lot of different people. So I'm not saying that anyone in particular was invading my privacy. It's apparently a common thing. If you're a fan, you do. And it's probably not that hard to find me, obviously, because a lot of people have found me. So just so nobody feels that, oh, I'm sorry. I did, some of you might say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you. Don't apologize, because that's how nice the people are who wrote to me. I even want you to not feel bad that you found me, because apparently it's a thing. People do that, and I appreciate your emails and stuff. But yeah, I kind of did get a little bit of a oops. I didn't realize I was that public. That my real. But anyway, after it happened, everything was fine, and I said okay. But they liked me. It still didn't bother me too much. But after she did that video, and then when I Googled myself, just my name, like it's the reverse of what you guys did who found me. You guys found my channel with the ASMR channel and then found me, the real person. So that's kind of, I don't mind that as much, because you're not people who really know me in real life, or, and you're probably people who are non-judgmental too. You actually saw those videos first and then found me because you liked me, and you weren't judging me for, telling my stories about dating or whatever things I said. I don't think I said anything too terrible, but this is the other way around. These are people that I'm applying for work who know me in real life. If they Google my name, they find the ASMR. That actually bothers me more so than the other way around. Because they could be people who judge me for saying, oh, look at her, she did this, and look what she did that silly thing talking to some strange guy on a trolley car, and I'm just thinking of things, maybe. And of course, I'm not saying I embellish the stories, but of course I try to make them a little more interesting by talking about how I felt in that moment when whatever happened. So so I decided, okay, I've got to regroup. I took down the videos, all of them. I think I left up a few of the nature videos, but I left my sewing channel up because that's just sewing. I don't think there's anything in there. I don't talk about anything personal there. And then this one, I don't know if people can find my real identity from this channel. I think I did a separate channel. I think anyone who's on this channel is probably because they found me on the ASMR channel, and they found my identity through the ASMR channel. I don't know if it's possible also from this channel, but if it is, then I'm not going to take down my videos, because I know some of you like to listen, but I probably will set them to private or to subscriber only, or maybe unlisted, so that it would be a little bit harder to find me. Where, if you're a subscriber, you can have the links. I'll maybe put them somewhere so you can get to the videos that way. But I am actually thinking of doing something with this channel too, making it more difficult, to find me, the personal me, and the other way around. More importantly, what really disturbs me more are people from my real life finding my personal private videos, which, again, if they were so private, I just shouldn't have them, So obviously I like sharing, but I enjoy sharing with people who are non-judgmental. And if somebody who I don't particularly, like maybe someone at work who has different views than me finds this, it would disturb me. The human resources may see this and say, well, this is a law firms are usually very formal and serious, and they may say, well, she's a nice girl, she hasn't done anything too wrong, but that's not the type of, we like to keep our private lives more private, this is a law firm, I don't know what they're thinking. But the thing is, they have not given me the job yet. I'm still temping there, and it's been weeks now, and I'm wondering, maybe that's what happened. So it might have messed me up already for this job, but if I start cleaning up the thing now, maybe for a future job, if I ever apply for another job, they won't, I won't have that same, if that's even the reason they're not getting back to me about the job. But anyway, so that's my basic explanation. I guess I just want to be a little bit less findable in both directions, in a way, because also out of maybe 100 or 200 nice people who find you and were just regular fans, you could have one weirdo. It only takes one weirdo. It's easy to find out where I live, So, I'm just rethinking the whole social media thing. It's become the thing now. Everybody's got an Instagram, and now we're learning that we've got to be careful about how we use social media. I mean, there are people out there that have said horrible things or done horrible things, and then years later they regret it, because now their video's gone viral, and maybe it was something that at the time they didn't find embarrassing, but maybe in the future and this is maybe even another advice video to those of you who are young who still haven't done something dumb on the internet. Think about it. In the future, you're going to have kids. You got to raise kids. Will you want them seeing you doing these silly things? Which then they're going to say, oh, well, you did it when you were young. I see the video of you all the time, or whatever, So think about that. Like if I don't have kids, but let's assume I did have kids or grandkids, I wouldn't mind that they find my sewing videos. They're not particularly good quality videos, but it's just me sewing, showing people how to do something. So that's fine, But I may not necessarily want them to know that I went out with a guy who smoked pot or, whatever I've done that's silly, or talked to strange men. I'm talking about more than anything, my dating trials and tribulations, which now I'm out of that. I'm no longer dating. And in that mess of a thing, and even my boyfriend, maybe I don't want him to know, So I don't think he knows about those channels, but maybe he's Googled me and found them and thought, oh, well, he knows that I have YouTube channels, so maybe he hasn't bothered to listen, because I tell him, oh, I have a channel where I talk and I just don't say anything in particular, and so maybe he hasn't bothered to look, but I don't know if I want him knowing everything. So you do silly things, and then you know. So for now, that happened, and what else? But there was another reason also, I think. So anyway, for now, I'll leave these videos up, but I think I'm going to go back, and now what to do with the ASMR. That's my next thing. I feel bad because I know some people liked to listen to the videos over and over because it helped them sleep or whatever. Maybe I'll, I wasn't, and this shouldn't be necessarily my reason, but I wasn't making much money anyway. Even the gum snapping ones were the ones that I made the most money on. And if I was lucky, I broke $20 a month, so out of all of them, not even out of one video, out of all the gum snapping, I probably made per view a few cents. I never bothered to count because it wasn't that much ever. But you've got to make money and to make a living on YouTube, you have to have millions of viewers, or at least several thousand, not just 2,000 or 3,000, unless you want to have a subscriber thing where they subscribe and they have to pay a subscription or something. But if you want to make money just on the Google ads, you're not gonna. You got to have a lot of, like, millions or several hundreds of thousands. So with my 2,000 or 3,000 that I have on the ASMR channel, I was making, maybe if I was lucky, I would break $30 a month with the all of the gum snapping ones. So if it was only for the money, I would just take them all down and just put the gum snapping ones, and then just try to push the gum snapping one. But, that's not particularly conducive to finding a good job. I'd have to choose. Gum snapping turns some people off. They hate gum snapping. What if one of my bosses saw me doing the gum snapping and just decided, oh, well, no, I can't have her. I don't know. I don't want people to think, you know, I'm more talented than just a gum snapper. And yeah, and the good thing, I am a talented. I will brag a little bit. I mean, you know, I don't have much to brag about, but I am a very good gum snapper because even when I get dental work and I lose the ability for a while, I keep practicing, keep trying, and I'm able to regain the ability to gum snap. So actually, I completely lost the ability on one side of my mouth, but the other side, I had some dental work done. I couldn't do it for a while, and now I can do it again. So you know, it takes some talent, you know, but no, definitely it's not something that I think I could make a living off of, unless I really just, I don't know, just focused mainly on my art, on just gum snapping and just completely stopped working. And but I don't want to gum snap all day. So I've been kind of going in circles with this video, but oh, it's getting warm up in Maryland. Finally, it was freezing last week. But okay. Anyway, so thanks for listening, guys, and maybe I'll do another video now, just talking, but not about what I just talked about. Okay, bye.